Japan always goes over the top about certain things. Like everywhere you go, there is always a place dedicated to something like an honor or an homage. And in this episode, I went to one of those places. Located in Tottori, this place is called Hokuei Town, or famously known as Conan Town. Having watched the anime since I was a kid, Detective Conan is one of those anime that never ends. Yes, the manga is still ongoing and they keep creating new movies about it, and everybody loves it. And since the author, Gosho Aoyama, was born here in Hokuei, the local government tried to honor him and decided to rebrand its entire town and call it Conan Town. And that's about it. This town is located around a 1-hour train ride from Tottori. It's a little far actually, but the view is great. When I arrived at Hokuei Station, also known as Conan Station, it felt like the countryside. It is such a good day after 2 days of bad weather. I can see the sky clearly, and the sunlight was good. Since I still had Efiniti UXi 200 from yesterday, I shot the film straight away. I love the train color here. The film tone and the color complement each other. You can see Detective Conan branding all over the place, even the toilet sign. You can see Conan and Ran silhouette there. And this is the map of the town that showcases the road recommendation that you can follow to trace Conan memorabilia on the street. Like this Conan statue for example, that you can see as soon as you get out of the station. Then I saw this scene. I don't know, but it's calling right at me to photograph it, and here's the result. I quite like the color. I love how warm the white color is from the wall. The light really plays a big part in this. Then not long after I took it, the pickup truck in the middle was ready to move, and I managed to get this. I like it very much. I love the color of the sky, the little yellow crate inside the pickup truck, and the shape of the house. It creates such a nice combination. And up we go to follow the recommended route along Conan Street. This building feels like it has witnessed the passage of time and seems oddly out of place among its surroundings. Rust stains mark the walls, yet I find the stars sign at the top quite appealing. The yellow tone from Efiniti UXi 200 is also nice to see. Here's the front of the building. And here's another one on the right side, which to me looks more appealing. I like the kanji sign. And here's a statue of Shinichi Kudo in front of the town's library. And apparently, this town is also famous for its watermelon, I think, because I seem to find watermelon figures everywhere. And here's a statue of my favorite character from Detective Conan, Haibara Ai. And of course other statues from other Conan's friends that I managed to photograph using my phone. And that's my last frame from UXi 200. Time to change another film that I hadn't used for so long. It's Kodak Vision 50D. So this is actually a bookstore, and when I enter it, it actually provided Conan stamp collection rally. There are 5 stamps that we can collect, and there's one in the store. So there goes my mission on that day to collect all the stamps. But sadly I only collect 3 out of 5. Kodak Vision 50D is the finest Kodak Vision film in terms of grain. The photo from this film is so smooth and with almost no visible grain. I really like the color saturation that it can produce. The best film, in my opinion, during harsh daylight like this one. I really like this photo. These 2 houses that create an L shape really make such a nice geometry. I also like another detail, like the blurry reflections of the things from the back of the window, which I think is the kitchen. Looking at this photo made me remember the scene from my trip to Japan last year. During that trip, I shot the same film, the same object, this ENEOS gas station in Sendai, and it's so nostalgic. This bridge is simply called Conan Bridge. This was a scene that matches exactly like what's on my mind when I imagine Japan's rural area in an anime. Imagine you were Nobita from the Doraemon series, and you just got back from school on your way home. I think the road must have looked like this. On the other side of the bridge, there's this Conan house, to replicate the house from the anime, I think. Fun fact, you can also press the bell, and you can hear Conan's voice when you press it.
Hi, Shinji 兄ちゃん、今留守にしてるよ。なんだよ、うっせえな。あ、しんいち、お客さんだよ。
Beside the house, there's a souvenir shop that you can visit to buy some merchandise. Then I walk again to go to Gosho Aoyama manga factory as my last stop, museum to honor the author. In front of the museum, there's another statues, Conan with Kaito Kid, and Professor Agasa's iconic yellow beetle. Sadly, I didn't have enough time to explore the museum because I had to go back to Tottori. But it is highly recommended that you go there because you can see many real manuscripts and drawings from Gosho Aoyama. And it's time for me to go back. It was short, but it was such a pleasant experience, having to visit a small town dedicated to a famous anime that I watched when I was a kid. The place is also not a crowded place, and not many people go there, so I was pretty much happy. Here are some of my last shots from Kodak Vision 50D. I had to finish quickly because I wanted to visit a place that became my reason why I went to Tottori in the first place. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video and my commentary. As usual, if you liked the video, don't forget to like it, especially if you're a fan of Detective Conan. Don't forget to leave your comments. What are your thoughts about my photo or maybe the place? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and see you in my next video, and I promise it will be worth it.